There, Virgo. Sorry about the delay. I want to go ahead and get into your reading for the last bit of November 2019. Please show me energies present for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of November 2019. Okay. So you have two cards falling out. So you have the Justice card here with the Two of Swords. So some of you may be wanting fairness in a situation. An obstacle may just be a breakdown of communication, people being shut out. There may be a distance between people. Libran energy very heavily here. But what I'm feeling here is that there's a necessity for communication that needs to happen. And there needs to be a transformation if things are to go in a different way. But I think right now what's been going on is that there's an energy where we're out of balance. I think there may be a masculine and feminine struggle in a weird way. Duality is not matching up. It feels like energy is at odds. Yeah, let's keep going. Show me more for Virgo. You have the Eight of Swords. Some of you, this situation is, it's dealing with somebody who's needing to consider the direction that they want to go and what they want to do as far as like getting this off the ground, making it happen. The Eight of Swords is kind of this standstill energy. We have two energies of the standstill. We've got the Two of Swords and we have the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is basically where we're in like a thought process that isn't quite helpful to us. It's more of a hindrance than anything, just because it brings confusion. We don't know which direction to go, what we want to do about a situation, so we're essentially deadlocked. It lends favor to the Two of Swords, like nothing's moving, nothing's happening. But with justice, there's a necessity here to make things happen. And I feel that there may be this off energy because people are emotionally confused by what they're feeling here. That's what I'm feeling. Show me more for Virgo. What's past energy for Virgo, please? You have the Queen of Pentacles. It's your energy, Virgo. So in the past, you may have been feeling very comfortable within yourself or the situation, like, ooh, bottom of the deck, King of Pentacles, very interesting. So this is likely a situation between two people where, again, I'm feeling this odd, like, back and forth, like, I don't know, it's almost like a battle of the sexes or something, and I don't know why I'm picking that up, but it's like the information is off, like one person. There needs to be balance and equality here, and it feels like somebody is not there yet, or both parties aren't there yet. I don't know if this is a true breakup. I don't know if this is a rift within your relationship that's going on right now that needs resolved, but whatever it is, you need to have some sort of communication and it needs to be balanced. Both parties need to have fair say. Show me the present energy for Virgo. You have the Emperor here. So the Emperor is Aries energy, but it can be somebody who is very domineering. They can be very stubborn. They can be very tunnel vision, singular focused. Oftentimes they are a card of abundance. It's somebody who is very, they take charge in their lives. They are very powerful in a lot of the positions that they experience in life. So oftentimes they're going to be a business person, a CEO. Sometimes they can be a father, a grandfather. They can be somebody who is revered, you know. Oftentimes people look up to fathers or grandfathers, you know. Sometimes people look up to CEOs and business people, who knows. But it can also be an energy where somebody can be very stubborn and single focused in what they want to deal with. It can also be a card of moving things forward. What's coming? Okay, so that's falling on the floor. You have the Knight of Wands. What is coming toward you? Or at least the future energy. The Knight of Wands here, Knight of Wands isn't the best kind of card to deal with things of this nature. It's a card of in and out energy. It's a card of, it's fun communication, if it is communication. It can also be, I'm not even picking up on the communication aspect though. What I'm picking up on from it is where we are not 100% invested in something. That's what I'm picking up on. And I feel like there's a final judgment to a situation in regard to how this plays out. Like somebody's tired of somebody not committing to a certain thing or not doing things in a certain way. Half-assed energy. All right, so your energy in the matter, Virgo, is the Temperance card coming up. Daughter of Reconcilers. Interesting. Temperance. So you may have reconciliation on your mind. At the bottom of the deck for that, you have the Lovers. So this is a head over heart decision in regard to somebody that you've been having in your life. That King of Pentacles came up on the bottom of the deck for that Queen of Pentacles. That's kind of what I think it is. It may be the male that's being very stubborn in this situation, and there needs to be communication and things be made right for anything to happen. But right now there's a standstill. Temperance is about balance. It's about what you give, what you take, what you give and receive, how people both come up and show up in the situation. Where is that reciprocity? You know, where is that combination of things? It can talk about addictions. It can talk about healing addictions, being conscious of where we are over giving or not receiving enough, you know, and it can also be part of reconciliation. So let's go ahead. What's coming toward Virgo? What's coming toward Virgo in this situation? So you have the Hierophant halfway out. Virgo. So basically, you know, when I just said, like, somebody's getting tired of, like, no commitment, somebody's getting tired of, like, being 50-50 or not. When I say 50-50, I don't mean like equality. I mean like somebody's not putting in 100%. That's kind of what I'm feeling like. And there needs to be a change to that, but I think you have somebody who's ambivalent here and who's not sure about what they want to do, which is fair. I mean, you know, but I'm going to keep that King of Pentacles in my mind for this reading. I feel that both of you are coming up as King and Queen of Pentacles. So there is the potential for healing in this. There's a potential for more and more stability, but somebody needs to decide what they want to do, because I feel somebody is very ambivalent. Somebody's not willing to commit. Somebody's back and forth, and it's caused a rift. I'm not picking these up. That's like 8 cards. They've literally just fell. Show me hopes, fears, worries, concerns. Hopes, fears, worries, concerns for Virgo. So you have the 3 of Wands coming out in reverse. And you have the Sun as well. Now the 3 of Wands in reverse, this is basically where we... it can be of a couple things, but the things that I'm picking up on are where we have waited and hoped, and we put the effort out. But now with the Sun, it's being illuminated that things are not coming out the way that you may have thought they might. Things are being shown in regard to what is not working, and sometimes that's enough to basically say, okay, I've given enough patience. I've given enough patience in this situation. I've given enough to this situation. I'm not getting what I need back in return. So as much as I wanted this, as much as I wanted to dedicate this, my life to this or this person and have this commitment, I'm getting this back and forth energy, Virgo. Some of you, I don't know if this person's going to commit. Show me outcome energy here for Virgo. You got the Judgment card here. At the bottom of the deck, the Magician. So some of you may want to do this. I feel that somebody here wants to continue with this relationship, but they're not getting what they want out of it. Okay, I feel like somebody is ambivalent, not certain about what they want to do. There's a standstill, there's no communication, or when you start to try and communicate about this, it goes to hell. So let's go ahead and get some clarifiers for this reading. Okay, so where do we want to start? Show me justice. Hang on one second. Show me justice. Okay, thank you. So for justice, you have the 2 of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. shuffled the shit out of these cards. This came for somebody else, but the Wheel of Fortune was in reverse. With the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I feel here you have the opportunity to change things, whether this be with this person or on your own. The Wheel of Fortune often talks about situations where we are perpetuating issues, where we are upholding cycles that need to end, when you clearly have the opportunity for a new beginning with the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands talks about choosing a direction, choosing a path. You have that option to choose a new direction in life, or you can stay with this energy with the Knight of Wands, who, while they aren't the worst person in the world, this isn't in reverse, but this is somebody who doesn't commit. They're in and out, they're flighty, they don't know what they want, they're about it for the experience, or it could just be somebody that needs to grow up a little bit more in regard to how they view love relationships. Show me the Eight of Swords. So you have the Star here for the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck. In regard to this Eight of Swords, not knowing what to say, not knowing what to do, not knowing which direction to take in regard to the situation, I feel that that's kind of a factor for both parties. I feel one of you, you're dealing with possibly an Aquarius, you don't have to be, but one of you, there may be a situation where you're needing to say entirely what you feel, speak what you feel, and give that your all and be done with it. If somebody isn't willing to meet you halfway, then you've given what you can to this path and you may need to redirect, okay? This is about having boundaries and knowing exactly what you want to contribute to a situation and what you're not going to deal with anymore. It's being honest in what you need out of a situation. Please show me the Two of Swords here for Virgo. Why is this the obstacle? Why is communication? Okay, so you have the Ace of Swords and the Seven of Cups. Yeah, this person is not communicating what they need to here, Virgo. I feel, and you know what, sure, they may have options in what opportunities they have in life, but I feel that this is more so for you with the Seven of Cups. Like the Ace of Swords being in reverse, this is not getting clarity. It's still no communication, or at least not communication about what you want out of this. And so you may need to start reassessing your options. Again, like I said, with the Star here for the Eight of Swords, if you've given to this and you've shared with this person and you've told them what you want and you hope, and you know, you've given to this and you're hoping for something to change and it's not moving forward, this is about reassessing and redirecting your options and opportunities. Show me the Queen of Pentacles here for Virgo. So for the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Cups coming out. Now, this may be a situation in the past where you lavished somebody with your emotions, your feelings, you pampered them. The Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles are very similar in a lot of ways, and oftentimes those are going to deal with nurturance and giving and compassion and love and wanting to make sure that somebody is taken care of. In a way, that card combination can be a little bit smothering. I don't know if that is something that was an issue for this person. I don't know if that's something that they don't feel comfortable with, but it can be a little bit smothering, I will say that. But overall, a very well-meaning combination, and you know, it may now be a situation, Virgo, where you're needing to take compassion upon yourself and assess the situation for what it is to see if it actually is in alignment with what you want in your life moving forward. Show me the Emperor here for Virgo. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, and it's interesting. She looks pregnant here. You don't have to be pregnant, but she's looking directly at this Emperor. Some of you, this may be a situation where you are pregnant and you're trying to figure out what is going to be the best course of action to instill stability within your situation with this partner, but you may not be working with a partner who can deal with that. It's almost as if you've got somebody who's a little bit more immature than needs to be. or their immaturity is not helpful. There seems to be an out of balance masculine and feminine energy here. I don't know if the female here makes more money. I don't know if the female is more powerful, or I don't know. It seems like this person may be a bit stubborn. They may be blocking you out, taking time from you, but there needs to be connection and communication here. I'm going to pull one more. Show me the energy between the Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles here for Virgo. What is the energy between the Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles for Virgo? So you have the Two of Swords, you have the Five of Pentacles, and at the bottom of the deck you have the Four of Cups. This person is not budging. There's communication loss and lack. It's not happening here. And there's time out, whether this be a situation where you've been both disregarded or kind of shut each other out. I feel that there's a necessity to communicate here, but I don't know if you're going to be able to fix this. It's almost as if like somebody alienates another person to a very, very strong degree, and that's almost enough to say, okay, if you're going to treat me like this, there's no way I can progress with you, you know. And again, not everybody's pregnant. I know that. Okay. Show me the Knight of Wands here for Virgo, please. What's up with the Knight of Wands for Virgo? Why is the Knight of Wands here for Virgo as the upcoming energy? Show me the Knight of Wands for Virgo. So you have the Two of Pentacles in reverse with the Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I feel the Nine of Wands is out here again. The Two of Pentacles in reverse often talks about no longer juggling situations, no longer needing to figure out what you want to uphold and let go and release. You know, sometimes it's difficult to get things to match up. Sometimes it's difficult to want something from somebody and know that they're not going to provide that. And so you have to basically see them for where they're at and what they can offer and assess if it's enough or not. I think that that's kind of where you're at, Virgo. Show me Temperance here for Virgo. You have the Six of Swords, so getting away from problematic situations that exhaust your mind and your heart. Balance, Temperance at the bottom of the deck. You have Temperance somewhere around here. I can't remember, maybe, I don't know, I feel, yeah, Temperance for this. Okay, so Temperance is at the bottom of the deck. This is about letting go of things that do not work for you, things that are not reciprocal, things that are not even. You know, you're noticing that somebody's patterns may be presenting you with enough information for you to make your next step and decision regarding how you want to take care of this. Doesn't mean that they're the worst person in the world, Virgo. It just means you see them for their limitations and act accordingly. Show me the Hierophant sideways. I'm going to take the ones that are down. There's way too many upright. So you have the Nine of Cups and the Hermit here for the Hierophant. Yeah, I feel here, especially with this Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, I feel here, Virgo, with the Hierophant sideways, it's ambivalence in regard to committing. It's ambivalence in regard to how you want to maintain your relationship, how you want to show up in it. It's almost as if like there's a... you recognize that there's a happiness that could have happened here or could be here, present here, and there has been happiness and connection, but I think whatever it is, there's like this lack of commitment or a lack of stabilizing the relationship to a further degree to the next level that is causing you to have to look at the situation really deeply. And also with the Hermit and the Nine of Cups, this is very much talking about looking within your own life and seeing if this is something that makes you happy. Do you feel that maintaining this would be something that would be healthy for you over a long period of time? Or are there other things out there in the world that might be better suited for your experience on a happiness level? You know, level of happiness, what makes you happy? You want somebody that works with you. You want somebody that is trying to uphold and attain the same things with you, the same goals. If you're with somebody who's ambivalent and shutting you out or holding you at arm's length, they're not really committing to something, they're scared, they're not sure, they're immature, whatever it is, you need to assess what's going to make you happy. in your life, Virgo, and go after that. Show me the Three of Wands in reverse with the Sun for Virgo. Show me the Three of Wands in reverse with the Sun for Virgo. Three of Wands in reverse with the Sun for Virgo, please. Thank you. So you have 2 cards for 2 cards. You have the King of Swords and you have the Six of Cups. So you may be dealing with somebody from your past. You may be dealing with somebody that you do have a child with, or you might be pregnant with. But either way, could be an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, or it just could be you coming to a decision where you know what you want. You know what you want. You know what doesn't bring you stability. What's frustrating here is that you have the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So it's like, in this weird way, you have the opportunity to change this to fit what you need. And sometimes that's stepping away from a thing. But there's also this aspect here with the Two of Cups where it's like, I want to heal this. I want to make this happen. It needs to be both sides. It needs to be both sides, Virgo. You can't make somebody be something. You can't make somebody do something, okay? It needs to be equal, both sides, give and take, more than 50-50. It needs to be 100-100, okay? It doesn't mean there's not love there. It means there's enough love there to consider what you need to do. But it's about you in the end, okay? Show me the last judgment. Show me judgment here for Virgo. What is the outcome? Show me judgment here for Virgo, please. Judgment for Virgo. Show me judgment for Virgo. 2 cards, 3 cards. So, okay. So you have the Seven of Pentacles. This is a time of evaluation, looking at situations for what they are, looking at what makes best sense for you. You have the Four of Wands, which talks about family, stability. It talks about foundations within your experience, what you want in your life, what makes sense for you, who you bring into your home, who you rear your children with, where we celebrate together, coming together. Sometimes it's also a card of moving in together. It can be a card of marriage. I don't see that here, though. And then the last card out is the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles, especially in a positioning like this, it's almost as if we are, it's like, in the Five of Pentacles, in the regular Rider-Waite deck, I'll try and find it for you now just so I can show it to you here. Here it is. You see the man here? He's very beaten up. He's all in crutches, and he's in basically like wrappings and bandages in the snow. They're in front of a church. Okay, he's behind a woman, and they're both in front of a church. Now the church represents stability. It represents things that can help you. It represents reaching out to other people where you're in time of need. You know, they're not doing that. They're just going it alone in the snow. They're both basically like barefoot. Nothing's really wrong with her, but she's going on. She's going with her man. She just continues on, even though he's not doing well, you know? It's one of those situations where it's like, are we going to sacrifice our life and our experience and the potential of having a child with this person for somebody who's not ready, for somebody who's not healthy, for somebody who's not on board with us, or they're kind of in a deficit of sorts in themselves. You know, it's somebody who isn't maybe mature enough, or like they have other pursuits that they'd rather do and undertake. And it's not jiving with what you want. Again, I keep getting this really big sense of like out of balance energy between the male and the female, and that needs to be rectified before much happens here. I don't know if you're dealing with a male that is very pig-headed or stubborn, but there's an energy here where it's like we're not moving forward, and there may be a separation or a just being held at arm's length. It's very frustrating. But the funny thing is, at the bottom of this deck, you have the Magician. At the bottom of this deck, you have the Magician. Some of you may end up moving forward with this person. I want to see what's under each. You have the Devil here, and you have the Hierophant here. So this may be a situation where two of you are moving forward, but you might have very different approaches in how this goes. You know, Some of you, I feel that this is the male energy. I feel the devil here. You could be dealing with the Capricorn, but it doesn't have to be. What I'm feeling is like this person, there may be, it's almost like a false start, or like something that you think is going to go one way and it kind of goes another. Or you maintain the relationship and it's something where you feel like, oh, this isn't what I really thought it was going to be, or I had higher hopes for this, and I'm realizing that this person is still in an immature, self-serving space within themselves. Because here, the other person wants longevity, they want support, they want connection, they want commitment with the Hierophant there. And Chariot and the Ace of Cups. I don't know, I feel like that message is getting muddled there. But I feel this person wants more. I feel that this is the female energy, but they want more from this relationship. This person is of their own personal pursuits, which is frustrating, especially if you are with child or there's a child involved in this. Not all of you are going to be dealing with that, but there's some aspect of that. This person has a hard time they have a hard time sharing themselves. Let's pull a different deck. Show me energy. What overall advice can be given to Virgo, please? What overall advice can be given to Virgo? Okay, so flopping out on the male aspect, or what I'm feeling as the male aspect, you have the King of Wands coming out in reverse. In reverse, this is not a good energy. It is somebody that is very self-serving. It's somebody that they do what they want. You know, they get what they want however they do. They're very sexually impulsive. You have the Knight of Wands here. It's somebody who's very sexually impulsive. It's somebody who can be very brash. They don't listen. They're incredibly stubborn. It's kind of an ugly energy. Show me this energy here. You have the Wheel of Fortune. So, the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So a couple, but a couple in a different type of connection. The Wheel of Fortune talks about situations coming to a close because we choose to close out those cycles. We no longer wish to uphold that type of energy, so we release it. A lot of people say it's bad fortune and bad luck. I don't really see that. What I feel is more so a recognizing what doesn't work for us and understanding that, you know, if I'm to maintain the connection here, somehow it's plugging into like a perpetual cycle that I've experienced multiple times in my life. I don't know if this is something that you've dealt with people who keep you at arm's length. I don't know if it's a situation where you are not being taken seriously or not being valued enough in your relationships, Virgo, but there's a chance here to change it. And it's a hard one because it essentially forces you to look at a situation or a relationship where there's a potential with somebody, but that potential may not be what you want it to be. And if you do go after it, it may not end up being what you thought it was going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a oracle card. Either way, this at the bottom of the deck is basically telling me that you need to move forward in your life, find new direction, find new hope, new things to do, new energy, new happiness. All right, let's go ahead pull an oracle for you guys. Okay, well, yeah, okay, so interesting here. Sorry. So I was going for the romance angels. You have past life relationship. You have known each other before. Pay attention to the red flags. Signs are cautioning you. An unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. I'm going to pull some clarifiers for those, but what I'm feeling overall is that there's a need to detail here, a need to pay attention to the details of your experience with this person and truly see if they fit. You know, unrequited love doesn't mean you don't love somebody, but it's also recognizing where there may not be enough to hold the situation together. It doesn't mean you don't love them. It just doesn't, it means that there's not enough to hold the situation together. Pay attention to the red flags. Well, this very much seems like red flags all over the place, but I think this is a learning lesson here, Virgo, for you to pay attention to in regard to how you want to change it so that you have a better outcome for yourself. I feel that some of you may give this a try and another shot after communication, but it feels like it doesn't move very far away from where it was. With the past life relationship, I definitely do feel that this is a connection between you. Soulmate energy. Everybody's a soulmate with each other. I mean, you know, people think that, oh, I only get one soulmate. No, you get hundreds of soulmates. We are all soulmates here. And the people who enter your life, family, friends, you know, the milkman, whoever makes an impactful experience in your life, those are the people who are here for you. Those are your soulmates. They are here to cause you to grow and show you new avenues and new things about yourself. Sometimes our soulmates are here to beat us down, maybe not physically, some of them are, but they mistreat us, they disregard us, they hold us at arm's length, they don't value us, they don't want things of that nature to progress, you know. And so we basically have to look within and understand, okay, this situation was exactly for me, it was exactly for what it was, and now I get to have something different. But oftentimes it's going to point towards emotional respect of yourself, your value, and your worth, and how you deem that, how you view it. Okay, Virgo? So let's go ahead and let's use the little dragons. I like the little dragons. I haven't used them for a while. All right, little dragons, show me past life relationship. Yeah, so you have the Death card in reverse for past life relationship, and you've got the Page of Cups upright. Bottom of the deck, you have the Queen of Cups. So in a way, you may be dealing with a Scorpio. You don't have to be, but in a way, what I'm feeling here, Virgo, is an energy of coming back to something that needs to go. The Death card in reverse is about not letting go of something that basically has run its course, and we have ties to it, like this Devil card over here. We have like toxic ties, connections, codependent streaks that basically keep us connected to people who, you know, we don't need to be with. The Page of Cups is an interesting one here too, just because it can talk about communication. It can talk about apologies, you know, and this may be the apology that happens so this thing starts up again, but it doesn't seem like it leads to anywhere, Virgo. The Page of Cups also, just in its own right, it's very immature on an emotional level. You know, it's basically somebody promising you something that they can't fulfill, okay? The Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck is essentially an energy where we have an excessive amount of compassion for somebody and we continue to let them in. I'm curious what's under the Queen of Cups. So the Nine of Coins, yeah, being single, being on your own, finding and committing to your own endeavors, being satisfied in your life on your own. This is about singlehood. It's also about getting and attaining more in your life. So you're comfortable, you feel good about yourself, you feel good about where you're at on your own, but you did it. Show me, pay attention to the red flags for Virgo, please. Show me, pay attention to the red flags. The Two of Wands here. The Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I feel like you need to get tired of conflict and you need to assess the types of conflict, because I think there's varying shades of conflict within this situation. Not all of them so detrimental and tragic and traumatic, but there are definite waves and flavors of conflicting energy here. This is about fighting. This is about frustration. It's not being heard. It's having somebody one up you, somebody talking over you. It's not being able to communicate effectively. And it's essentially feeding into a level of high anxiety or dealing with something that has you constantly on guard. It's not an easy or happy situation. Here, pay attention to the red flags. You have the Two of Wands. This is about choosing different paths. It's about knowing what works for you and what doesn't. And even if you don't know what works for you, you know enough from the situation to know that you don't want something specific. So you go towards something new. Two of Wands is about directions, choices, opportunities, things that you can implement in your life. But it takes guts. It takes guts to choose something new, especially when you're trying to hold on to something that isn't working anymore. Show me this unrequited love card for Virgo here. Little dragons, show me the unrequited love. Okay, so yeah, you have 5 cards. I usually don't like to pull them out, but it's saying do it now. So you have the Queen of Cups, 2 of Swords, Temperance, the Hangman, 7 of Wands again. We just talked about the 7 of Wands. Now, what I'm feeling here with the Queen of Cups, especially in regard to unrequited love, this is the Queen of Cups has a very difficult time, letting go of love, especially when it's a toxic love. It's almost as if like, oh no, I can be their therapist. I can change it. I can make it happen. If I just persevere long enough, I can do this. No. There's a reason why there is this separation. There's a reason why somebody's keeping you at arm's length. There's a reason for the silence. You know, it's like somebody's trying so hard to make something happen when what really is needing to be paid attention to is the silence, is the treatment, or the lack of care that's being presented here. With the Hangman, you need to observe this person. I love the Hangman because a lot of the time it's about assessing things and looking in ourselves deeper and what works for us. But it's also a card of just allowing somebody to present themselves how they are and just watch them. You just watch this person. You can watch them unravel. You can watch them present themselves however they do, but you're getting key lessons in regard to how they're going to treat you. You're getting key lessons in regard to how they operate. This is a very big indication card. And the final card for that is the 7 of Wands. So again, what are you leaning up towards? More conflict, more problems, not seeing eye to eye, not communicating properly, people taking things in wrong directions, and not being honest about things, being high anxiety with a situation. And at the bottom of the deck for all of it, you have the 9 of Coins again. So 9 of Pentacles, that singles card, that decision to be on your own and work and cultivate your own experience to get what you actually want. Okay, let's go ahead and get a Crystal Wisdom deck, Oracle deck. Show me what does Virgo need? What does Virgo need here? Okay, so what do you have, Virgo? You have Peridot. Peridot, emotional cleansing. Peridot frees the mind from unwelcome, envious thoughts and night terrors. It is transmutative and purifying. You are deeply emotional and may possessively cling to the past or beat yourself up over mistakes. By nature, jealous, you have dark thoughts. Detoxify your emotions. Learn to forgive and let go. Follow your life plan without judging yourself or being envious of others. You have the power to go through fiery transmutation and emerge transformed. Use energy wisely. Recognize how outside influences operate in your life. Develop your own protection. Learn to rely on your own inner guidance. Peridot indicates farewells and disappointment in love. Avoid jealousy. Be assertive without aggression. You have a powerful destiny and great integrity. Money is earned from your talents. Envy and jealousy harm you as well as hurting others. A process of farewells. So, letting people go, changing situations, seeing things for how they are. Some of you, I feel, will give it another shot, but I don't think it's going to move forward much. You're dealing with somebody that can be very stubborn, domineering, and just avoidant of many things that bring a relationship together. And if this situation was not for you, it wasn't for you. These readings are general and they will not resonate with everybody. So I hope that this was helpful for you, Virgo. Again, my apologies for the delay. I hope it was okay for you. If you liked it, feel free to share, subscribe, and click like if you want to. And if you choose to donate, there's a link in the description box below in the video. So I hope you're well and good luck with this. And you have a lot of strength in you to move forward towards what you want, but you have to do it. You have to make those changes. Okay? You need balance and equality. Talk to you later, Virgo.